Alright, so going to do carving of the foam. So it looks a little bit more like this. It looks a little rough, but once you actually paint over it, it'll look a little more natural. But it starts out really rough like that. So, normally what I do, take off the edges first. I don't really try to be careful or perfect, because every time I try to make something look natural, it looks a lot less natural. Whereas if I just kind of go through it, it actually ends up looking a little more natural. So, because rocks are not perfect, they're pretty jagged and they're different in different areas. Some of them make a little thinner. You just don't want any flat, sharp corners that make it look like you cut it, that's all. I'm just gonna make a mess, but it's easy to clean up. I always do the outside edges first, and I'll go in and clean in this inseam here. Again, not even all spots really need to be carved. Some do, some don't. And take off little pieces here and there, sometimes at an angle, sometimes flat, depending on what you're looking for. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Just don't think too much about it. Like I said, if you try to make it look natural, it's gonna come out looking unnatural. This I'm actually going to make a little rougher because it's a little too perfect. And don't point the knife at yourself like I just did. It's not smart either. And then you just kind of pull off any of the little spare pieces, because you don't want those coming off when you're painting it over. And use a little force to kind of, I don't want to slide anything off. It's extra. You can kind of do this inside part a little bit too. That'll give the top a little more texture. Well, usually I don't even bother with the whole thing, but so anyways, so get all that done. Something a little bit more like that. Which I put a little bit of double-sided tape on so that when I go and mount it, it will hold while I put the foam down. So I will get these done, and then I will skip to the foaming part.